So very soft.
So this technique is a honey hole entry. You use that from butterfly guard. You lift him with the butterfly hook, and as soon as you do it, you will use your right hand to scoop his right thigh. Hello guys, I'm here with the youngster Koyama-san. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm hungry.
Okay, he's saying he's hungry. So before we go training, we'll go to a Chinese restaurant. It's called Fufu Hanten. And the owner of that restaurant actually trains Jiu-jitsu. So he's a friend of mine. And he's got a really good Chinese restaurant. So we are gonna go there. And after that, we will go to an academy called Now or Never. That's the name of the academy. Sounds so cool, right? That academy is one of the few academies that's got Nogi classes. One of you guys left a comment saying, in Japan there is no like Nogi classes, right? But the academy that we are gonna go today, they got the Nogi class. But before that, we gotta get some food. And then, this is the restaurant. It's called Fufu Hanten. Check this out, Fufu Hanten. This is really good, so let's go. Alright, here it is. Koyama-san, and the owner of this Fufu Hanten. He's a Jiu-jitsu like the... Hi. I am a power. I'm power. Hentai team. Right, this is the appetizer. I'm so hungry right now. Koyama-san is so excited. And this thing. Check this out. He looks so happy. He doesn't know he's about to get eaten right now. Oh, he looks so sad. Oh. And this is called oden. Oden is basically fish dumplings. They deep fried it. So you don't really see oden being deep fried. So this is really rare. I'm excited to eat this. And check this out. This looks so good. This is called subuta. So it's like a sweet and sour pork. That is one of the most popular food here. Sweet and sour pork. So good.
So very soft. めっちゃ柔らかいですね。なんて言えばいいんですか？デリシャスが伝わるんですかね。
デリシャスが伝わる。Now Koyama-san is gonna try this. Damn.
Very delicious. And I'm become fat.
Okay. Check this out. Fufu Hanten special ramen. First of all, when you try ramen, before you try out noodles, you gotta try out soup. The soup really indicates how delicious the ramen is gonna be. So good. This noodle is not thick, so it's very easy to eat. This is so good. The noodle absorbs a lot of taste from the soup. Alright, check this out. This thing is actually Fufu Hanten t-shirt. So there's a t-shirt in it. Boom. Fufu Hanten. This is a medium size, so it's probably for Koyama-san. Fufu Hanten. We actually bought this Fufu Hanten t-shirt. So when you come to Japan, you guys gotta make sure to come to Fufu Hanten. That's located in Kinshicho. That's like 1 minute away from Kinshicho. So check it out. The food is super good. The staff members are really awesome too. So make sure to check it out. And then we actually made some friends. Shiori-san. Right now we finished eating ramen and all the Chinese food. So from here, we are about to go to Now or Never Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. So let's go.
Let's go.
Now Hashimoto-san is giving us a ride to go to the academy. Check this out. Now or Never. That's a really, really cool name, right? Now or Never. And then today, we are gonna train here. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
And this is Koyama-san's nipples.
Nip, no.
Boom. And then this is the academy. They got a super cool logo. Now or Never. And then this is the owner. Sugimoto-san. Os. Damn, this looks so cool. So they opened this academy in April. So it's been only 4 months. And they got a lot of members too. And this is the changing room here. Restroom. Boom. Looks so clean. So today we are gonna do gi class and nogi class. And this academy is one of the few academies that got nogi classes. In Japan, there are not a lot of academies that provide nogi classes, but this is one of the few academies. And I'm so excited to join nogi class, but before that, we'll do some gi class too. When you go for a triangle like that from close guard, you gotta make sure to grab the wrist instead of grabbing gi material, because if you grab the gi material, the top person can move the hands around to any direction. But if you grab the wrist just like that, the only direction he can move the wrist to is just towards his body. So it's gonna be much easier for you to push the wrist towards his body, just like this. And one more special tip, when you shove the hand towards his body, you can intentionally keep the hand inside the triangle, just like this. Because if you push it all the way, he can use this left hand to grab the collar to initiate a guard pass. But if you keep the hand inside the triangle intentionally, he won't be able to use the hand to initiate a guard pass, and you can still finish your triangle too. And the next situation is the top person got his left knee up, just like that. What should you do, right? You have to scoop his left leg, but here it's what's very important. You have to scoop the ankle instead of cupping the thigh. A lot of people try to cup the thigh just like this, but then it's gonna be much easier for the top person to sprawl out. So you have to make sure to scoop the ankle, then you can easily break his posture. Exactly the same, even if he stands up just like that, you gotta scoop the ankle to break his posture. It's crazy how one tip makes a huge difference. And me, as a black belt who has been training more than 10 years, I didn't even know you have to scoop the ankle. I kept cupping the thigh. I'm learning every day. And the sparring time. Here's Koyama-san rolling with a super tough blue belt. And Koyama-san's got the bad habit of hugging the top person from half guard, but that's gonna automatically give the top person an underhook, right? So when you play a bottom half guard, hugging the top person is the last thing you wanna do. And this is Ikeda-san. We used to train together when I was training at Carpe Diem. In this academy, there are gi classes and nogi classes. That's probably why many people use half guard, butterfly guard, guillotine, kimura. Here is Koyama-san special. He's 200 pounds, but he's very bouncy. He bounces around, he jumps around. They get the really good sparring session. One thing that's very good about this blue belt guy is his base is so strong. As you can see, once he grabs the legs, his balance is so good. So eventually he took down Koyama-san just like that and finished the guard pass. And here it's me rolling with Ikeda-san. Like I said, we used to train together at Carpe Diem. It's our first time rolling in the year. I got the lasso guard and I went for sweeping towards my right side. And as soon as I came up, I didn't let go of lasso guard grip at first, and I got the kimura grip here. And from here, I got the leg out And then I went for this back take with the kimura grip. This is one of my favorite back takes. And here's me trying to go for a shin to shin to omoplata. I really like going for shin to shin first before I go for omoplata, because once you do shin to shin, he's gonna try to use his hand to stabilize. It's gonna be much easier for you to go for omoplata submission. And here's me going for, I don't know the name of this, gogoplata, omoplata. And here's me rolling with the tough blue belt. His half guard was very good. He tried to come up on top, so I kept scooping towards the right side. And I tried to back step here. And we restarted in the center. I went for this leg pummel to finish the guard pass towards the right side, but I switched to the left side and finished the guard pass. But he was very, very strong. His shrimping was so strong too. So I kept using my belly fat made up of rice ball. But man, this guy is so strong. I grabbed the wrist. I tried to go for this takedown, right? But he came up on top. I was like, damn, he's gonna get the 2 points. So I kind of got desperate. He tried to go for a double leg, but it was probably too heavy. And then the time ran out. And then the second round, I rolled with him again. I got the spider guard. One thing about going to another academy as a black belt is everyone wants to challenge you. That's a fun part too, though. And here's me playing a spider guard. When I went for the collar drag, he came up on top. He stood up too. I tried to go for single leg takedown, but his balance was so good. And then the time ran out. This is the end of Gi class. Thank you so much for the class. ありがとうございました。So after training, I asked him a question. What are the tips on getting better at Gi?
一番はやっぱジムに来ること、あと柔術練習が楽しいのが一番ですよね。楽しくないと来ないと思うんで、何でもいいです。スパーリングが好きな人がいてもいいし、こうやって会員さんっていうかジムの仲間たちと話すのが好きな人でもいいですけど、とりあえずね来ないと意味ないんで、来るのが楽しくなる、そういう人が一番強くなると思うんですよね。あとは怪我しない人。怪我しちゃうとどんなに素質あってもやめちゃったりとか、いい練習ができないので、安全に、あと自分もさせないっていうことですね。両方っすね。結論はやっぱ怪我し、練習できるっていうのが一番なので、それが
自分に来ると。
そういうことですね。
わかりました。So that's the tip, guys. So from now on, we will do Nogi class. Check it out. So this technique is a honey hole entry. You use that from butterfly guard. You lift him with the butterfly hook, and as soon as you do it, you will use your right hand to scoop his right thigh, just like that. And then you keep rolling to end up in honey hole. The next honey hole entry is from X guard. When you switch to double leg X guard, you intentionally keep your right foot on the top and you bring your left foot underneath. So it's a reverse X guard. From here, you grab the wrist and you break his posture forward. Then his legs are gonna be lighter, so use your left foot to lift his left leg up. And then you make a triangle to get a honey hole. This is the regular X guard, but reverse X guard is reversed, just like that. So you lift him up. As soon as you do that, you extend your left leg and get the triangle and end up in honey hole. This is one of my favorite entries to go for a honey hole. There are a lot of guard passes against regular double leg X guard, but not a lot against reverse X guard. A lot of people don't know how to deal with this position. So it sometimes even gives you a better control from X guard, and then you can go for this honey hole. It's super good. And this is Koyama-san, looking like a small wrestler. What's funny about him is he looks like a small wrestler, but his profession is a graphic designer. And also he explained how to do Imanari roll too. So he was saying, before you stand up, you gotta start practicing from here, from laying down, head towards him, and you go invert it and get the right foot in and get the honey hole. And you do exactly the same thing from standing up to go for a honey hole. And this is Koyama-san doing imaginary Imanari roll in his mind. This is also Koyama-san actually doing Imanari roll, black belt Imanari roll. And then we start this sparring. The top blue belt is rolling with Koyama-san. Koyama-san's pressure is so strong. He's really good at sprawling, coming to this position and doing this Koyama-san special, bouncing around, but he still ended up in his half guard. And then he went to the same position, sprawling out, and he's looking for the best timing to do Koyama-san special. And then I had a chance to roll with Ikeda-san too. I got the single leg X guard. I was gonna practice the honey hole entry that I learned today, but he turned away, so I went for the knee bar. And we restarted. I got a half guard, and then from the half guard, I did this type of sweep. I don't know the actual name of it, but I learned it from Kayotera seminar in Seattle. And here I got the kimura grip, and I went for the back take with the kimura grip. This is one of my favorite. Ikeda-san did a very great job of stepping on the top of my right leg. That's gonna temporarily stop my movement, but eventually I got the back position. And this is Ikeda-san telling me that whoever got the last tap is the winner. And he went for the knee bar, but the time ran out. And this is me rolling with a brown belt. You know, in Nogi, you cannot have the estimate of how good people are, right? So, as soon as I rolled with her, I could tell that she was really good. And I got the single leg X guard. She tried to initiate a back step pass here. She almost finished the guard pass, but I got the left leg in, right leg in, and I tried to go for a false sweep, but I actually switched to shin to shin again. This is my A game. Damn, my butt is so big. And then I went for this outside heel hook here. And here she's having a lot of pressure on me from half guard, but this is one of my favorites too, udegatami, to come up on top. I immediately went for ashigarami to go for outside heel hook, but she escaped. I immediately went for the guillotine, arm in. I came up on top, but her defense was really good. And this is one of my favorite guard passes too, hip switch. But she did a very great job of getting an underhook, tried to come up on top. I got the guillotine again. That's the thing about playing Nogi. Guillotine, kimura, leg attacks. Those are the keys. And this is last 10 seconds of our roll. She tried to finish a guard pass very fast, and then the time ran up. If we are the same weight, she would have kicked my ass. Thank you so much. That was really fun. There are a lot of people who are really tough. And I just want to ask him some question. You know, there are a lot of people who do gi, who want to get into Nogi. But I want to ask him where people can start Nogi with, right? What's the first thing they have to do, and how can they make a big improvement in it?
まずは、外掛けとかルールがちょっと違うので、足換にしてもまずそれに慣れるだけですよ。あと道着をつかまない、もうそれがいい。例えば柔術の時間でもグラップリングやりたいんだったら道着つかまないだけで別にいいので、まずはそれだけです。つかむ癖をまずなくさないと始まらないって言ったら変ですけど、あって言ってそういう抵抗感が生まれちゃうので、まずはつかまない。
そこから伸ばしていくにはやっぱスパーリングとかをいっぱい。
はい、実際は足換とか農技特有の技があるので、 とりあえず農技やってる人と練習し続けるしかないですよね。もう別だと思ってる、個人的には同じじゃないと思うんで、
違うスポーツだと。
私個人的には全く別だと思ってるので、もう思考も頭もマインドも変えた方がいいかなと思います、個人的には。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
おっす。Hey, thank you so much for the training. So I just found someone who speaks English. So she has trained in a lot of places, and she ended up this sushi country, Japan. And I just rolled with her. So in Nogi, we don't have a belt, right? She was really, really good. She was like shh, 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 and then she's on my side or back. She was kind of like that was kind of like a magic. So how's you train a lot of places, but how do you like training in Japan compared with training in other countries?
I think it's quite different. So I trained first in New Zealand, and then I trained in Hong Kong, and then South Africa, and now in Japan. So what I realized is, I think in Asia, people like to play the bottom game a lot more. So a lot more guard or a lot more butterfly, whereas I find in Western countries it's a lot more pressure and top game. So it's quite different, but it's really good.
Okay, thank you so much for the training. Thank you. Now or never. Can you do Imanari roll by yourself? Okay, that's what Imanari roll is. Thank you so much for watching. Now this is the end of the video.